Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. First play, and Wilson wants to throw it. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. In a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making a big-time play?
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they will finally drag him down at the Chargers' 32-yard line. 34 yards there and a first down. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful. And that strength was on display there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on the opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Again, Edwards-Helaire. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Edwards-Helaire fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And picked up by the Chargers.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expect it to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yeah, foiled the whole plan there. Turned the ball over. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media, will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now it's Herbert. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, it's Herbert. Going to let this thing go deep for Gates. Touchdown, Chargers. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And we knew that this offense was going to try to put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
And to put a bow on it, Next Gen Stats saying that traveled an even 66 yards in the air.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Now Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Charger drive about to get going.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top two teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
A big play there for L.A. 58 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, it looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
To the air again, Herbert.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Now 4th down.
And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
He's got 1 touchdown pass already in this quarter. Obviously looking for number 2, and definitely not playing the check down game.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. (10-7) our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The Charger drive about to get going. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number one in the conference.
Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Henry up the middle. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. From the 36, Wilson.
He'll get that complete to Albert O.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Slot man moves right. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this 1st half.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on 1st down. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year, as his guys have now moved out in front. Santos now to add the PAT. And that makes it 14-10.
Next to score, Broncos 14, Chargers 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Herbert. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
By Randy Gregory. A 7-yard loss. Brings up 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
I think you can easily follow the thinking there. The pressure on the last play, it got to him. So they decided, let's get him out of there, bootleg him out to the right. Unable to complete the pass downfield, but the thought process, spot on.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
The football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. In motion comes the tight end left. Now Wilson on 1st down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. That one goes for 24 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And down to the 36-yard line here.
78 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will have a Broncos 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Someone's been having a good game so far. And you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down.
Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He's got it. Touchdown, Broncos. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Santos with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game.
Broncos 21, Chargers 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Charger drive about to get going. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. On first down, Justin Herbert dancing to his left. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He finds his target, Allen. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Herbert on first down now. Going to let this thing go deep for Gates.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. From the 29, Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room, as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway.
Taken from about the 12.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, They're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Herbert. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And right side, Henry's got it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A 3rd down gain of 19.
And a nice call and really good execution there because they gave him a little bit of a different launch angle perhaps, you know. You don't want to have the quarterback dropping back 5 to 7 steps on every play and have the defense zero in on it. There you hope that you get your defense going one way. They send him the other, and they picked up nice yardage with that completion.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Herbert back to the air, rolling to his right. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you wanted to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape for a 1st and goal.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Herbert going to keep it on the sneak.
And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, I think the effort was there, but sometimes the defense is just a little bit better. No gain on the quarterback sneak, no place to go.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Henry is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play.
3rd down and goal to go.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
They snap it to Herbert. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And instead of having a one-score game, they'll remain 2 scores down. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. On 1st down, Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. The catch and run there, good for 16 in the first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. The slot man in motion right. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. The center receiver in motion to the right. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 42. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Throwing is Wilson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Broncos will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Chargers 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
32-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
To throw again on second down. Herbert. Going to let this thing go deep for Gates. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The offense on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Again, Herbert. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Devin Duvernay, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He's got a man, complete, 20. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon.
And the Broncos are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And they were ultra-confident coming in, that's for sure. They had won 7 straight, but number 8 not looking to be in the cards right now.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
It's a gain of 27 yards. And the Chargers.
Herbert off of play action. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last two snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the 50, here's Herbert. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Devin Duvernay. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chargers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Broncos take over first down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. And the tight end goes in motion left. Wilson. He'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Now Wilson on first down. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 103 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, Wilson. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 14. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They go back to the ground with Edwards-Helaire.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Here's Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. This from 32 yards away. Santos' kick is up and through. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
Taken from about the 12. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Let's go.
Williams, the man in motion left.
Herbert going to throw. That's taken in by Duvernay.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
One last throw here for Herbert. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught.
Scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed